This is the book of Psalms 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. First and foremost, we give our honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone, rule well and teach well. Shalom to the whole free like men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth without sincerity. And shalom to those few sisters. Right, and back at you with a video today. Basically going over the MOTB again. That's the hot topic. It's going to be a hot topic until that prophecy come to pass. And we know I got a video I was going to play out and bring out some precepts, but it's just showing that how Esau is bringing it in gradually and trying to make it look cool. He's trying to dress it up, to where people would think it's a cool trend, to have. Some gonna resist it, right, and a lot gonna take it, right. But at the end of the day, right, he's gonna come with smooth words, crafty words, to where the masses are gonna fall into that snare, right. Now, but speaking unto the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, he's gonna push it. He's gonna box you in to where you wanna give into that temptation to take this MOTB, this grain of rice, and he knows the consequences from you taking it as well, right? So that's why we bring out these precepts, right, to give you that comfort, right, to have you to come into Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah so you can know what's going on, right? So I'm going to play the clip, and I'm going to try to talk through it as well. And I want to speak on that right there, right, to let you know that, hey, it's gradually, pretty much trying to gradually turn into a credit card. It's that Carragher will have the same things that your regular credit card has, and we have made plenty of videos breaking down the Carragher, to the T. Letting you know what mark means. Carragher. The root word of Carragher is what? Carax, and the root word of Carax is grapho, right? Which that goes into like all the data, what's written onto your into the RFID. You can see here, right? All right, so that they have these events to where they trying to show you they're trying to show you how cool it is to have it, showing you the benefits of having it, pretty much trying to fatten Jake head up, well, really the whole world, but we speak to a tribes, right? They're trying to fatten your mind to where you get comfortable to taking it, right? This is the part of the whole NWO, to have the whole world see it. And that's how they're gonna get a lot of people. Well, I barely felt it. It's simple as 1, 2, 3. And that's what's going to be happening. They're gonna turn into pretty much a cyborg, man. That they have movies like that. They'll get a type of implant, and once you have I can't remember what movie I was watching, but pretty much she had something on her back to where it was controlling her. If she didn't do what the implant was telling her to do, it'll cut off her oxygen to where she can't breathe, but she had to give in to take it. But it just goes to show you that Esau want that full control, man. So you're gonna have a lot of people trying not to take it. But it's the thing about they're not gonna have the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah on them. They're not gonna have the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah on them to resist. Only the elect will, man. that's the end of that video. All right, I'm gonna go to some more precepts. But the point is, this is where we at, man. I'm sorry with the book of Habakkuk. All right, this vision is here, and it's getting closer and closer. Like, hey, it's a bunch of spots in Atlanta. They're cashless. You can't get. They don't do no type of exchange of paper. Everything is cashless, right? They're getting the whole world gradually pulled towards digital, because they know sooner or later they're gonna push out that digital device, that MOTB, the C-hip, right? And the phone chimed in, like the elder brothers be saying, right? This is the book of Habakkuk 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it, right? Because we know what we're coming into, right? We know that this prophecy is a major prophecy, right? If we break it down, let you know word for word about what the consequence. So, like, let you know what the consequences is if you were to take this charagma, right? I won't look up the word vision, right? And you go down to C. It says vision, oracle, prophecy, right? That's what we out here doing. We're speaking prophecy. We're telling about what's to happen before it actually happened. What it says in the book of Habakkuk 33 and 33. It's like Ezekiel 33 and 33. When these things come to pass, Lord will come. Matter of fact, I just grab it, right? Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this comes to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them, right? What's a prophet? A prophet is let me see if I can get it inside here. A prophet is a person that speaks about a future event, right? A spokesman, right? A speaker, right? And the Lord said, and he revealed his secret to the servants of prophets, man. So we know that these probably going to come to pass, right? But back to the lesson, got to kind of stirred off. Just speaking on the point, Esau either going to come with these cunning schemes, but the whole time it's a war tactic to get at the children of Israel, man, right? So from there, I want to jump to the book of Isaiah 30, right? He come with like I said, he used smooth words just to bait you in. Oh, it's gonna be real easy. You got your credit cards on here. Hell, they may even bait Jacob to where they might put funds on there like a stimulus package, onto that seal, just to bait you in, right? But this is the book of Isaiah 30, verse 1, right? The main point is in verse 3, right? But verse 1, it says, woe to the rebellious children. Right now, where woe means destruction. It says, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, right? But not of me, right? I'm going to write that word counsel right quick, right? Because who's the ruler of the world? Job 9:24, right? Esau, Job 9:24, the world is given to the hands of the wicked, right? Esau, Edom, right? So what that word counsel means, advice, purpose. And who's giving that advice, right? So who's giving that advice? Esau, Edom, to do what? To receive his charagma, right? It means advice, right? Also a plan, right? So let me go back. And what is he planning to do? He's planning to have you to be C-hip, man, right? Because he knows the destruction that if you take it, but that's a part of him. He wants his covenant back, right? It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. Excuse me. Right? It says, and may add sin to sin, right? And I want to go to the book of Proverbs 1 and 5, right? Because we want the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Shai. I got a couple of precepts actually lined up. Proverbs 1 verse 5. It says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain to wise counsels, right? Because we know ultimately you're not supposed to take no incisions inside the flesh anyway, right? That's a law, right? I want to say Leviticus 19 and 28, right? So it says a wise man will hear the counsel of Yahweh Shemal Shah, not the counsel of Esau Edom, because Esau Edom is the way of death, you know. So we know that he gonna lead you to death by what, trying to receive that charagma, right? That's what I said. That's his advice, right? That's his what Psalms 55 and 21. You know, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, smoother than oil. You know, he's trying to move you into a ditch that you can't get out of, right? So going back to the book of Isaiah 30, and I want to go to that word spirit, right? It says, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And what's the spirit of the Lord? I'm tripping, Salaki. I meant to go to the precept. 11 and 2. Salaki. Right? It says, and the spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, and the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord Yahweh. Right? So, hey, just case in point, right? When you fall into the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah, you get this righteous spirit of wisdom, knowledge, understanding, right? Understanding why you shouldn't be taking incisions out the flesh. Understanding that what would happen if you take this charagma, man, right? So go to the book of Isaiah 33 and 6, right? Because we come into a time of the great hour of temptation, right? Where Esau Edom is going to have us back against the wall, you know. And this right here is a powerful scripture that we bring out all the time. It says, Isaiah 33 verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, right? The fear of the Lord is his treasure, right? We're going to always bring out, the word stability, right? That firmness, fidelity, steadfastness, right? Because like I said, Esau Edom is going to have these concentration camps, martial law, all of these things going to be popping off at one time, right? But that wisdom and knowledge is going to keep you from, it's going to keep you from falling into that temptation, right? The hour of temptation, right? So all of that, I'm gonna go back to the Isaiah 30 and 2. It says, I read from the top. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, right? The Israelites that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. It said that walk to go down into Egypt, right? Bondage, America, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt, right? Because that shadow is what America, modern day America, right? It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion, right? Because, ultimately you trust inside of a devil that's really going to show his horns and show you that y'all are not on the same side, right? He tricked you into getting this charagma, right? Now you're going to be confused, right? When the Lord just have you out here getting mauled to death by a lot of, beasts, right? Ultimately, those ICBM nuclear missiles, right? Matter of fact, I go grab that, right? Because that's the ultimate punishment for taking the charagma, right? This is the book of Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, right? The system that Esau is going to roll out with. And what's a part of that system? the charagma, right? That sea hip, that small device. If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, right? So that's what and that's what sums it up. You know, Yahweh shall come with the angels, you know, and he also got the missiles going crazy, right? Egypt gonna be your confusion. Trying to walk after the devil is gonna be your confusion, you know. And matter of fact, and um, to piggyback off of that, right? Go to the book of 2 Corinthians 2:11, and then, you know, I gotta bring up the Revelation 13. Matter of fact, I bring that out first. It's like, and I close out with 2 Corinthians 2:11, right? So this book of Revelation 13, verse 14, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of men, such like the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, they should make an image to the beast, which had the womb by a sword and did live, right? And we know, that's how Esau Edom finna get a lot of people, you know, especially a lot of Israelites, because we don't know better, right? As a whole, right? They're about to see the miracles of being paralyzed. You can walk again. You know, they finna see all types of miracles that Esau Edom come up with, and they're gonna be deceived by it, right? Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? You're gonna have folks, you know, inside these film concentration camps, you know, dying. They're gonna have these guillotines, you know. Esau Edom finna make sure a lot of people bow down to this image, you know. It says, verse 16, and he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? And so like that mark goes into, you know, charagma, which we pull up. He said he caused of all, right? It's gonna be a worldwide event. Right, this will be the new way of moving around, having access to anything. Right, charagma, a stamp imprinted mark. Right, a mark or branded upon horses. Right, that's like when you go to a farm, you see certain horses or cows that are tagged in their ear. Right, just to let you know which cow is which. You know, and also you know that they have an owner. Right, and go down to the strong definition. It says stamp as a badge of servitude, right? A servitude. So that's the key point right there, you know. So but yeah, you know, like I said, the case in point, you know, this video, you know, this is where we at. This vision right here is coming slowly but surely, right? People in Sweden was doing, I think it's 2023. I think they was doing this in 2021, you know. But this is where we at with it, right? But it says in 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And his number is 636, right? And I have, you know, a couple of videos I have done this on myself, you know, not me taking on charagma, but, you know, on this breakdown is what I'm trying to say, you know. And I want to close out the book of 2 Corinthians 2:11, right? Because we come to that time period where, hey, if you don't have enough wisdom and knowledge and understanding, right, you're going to fall into the temptation, right? It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right? Let me see if I can get that word device. You know, you go to, like, you know, scheme, plot, plan, right? So in this you know, it says the evil purpose, right? And what's the evil purpose? They to have everybody up under a new type of captivity, you know, slavery contract, you know. But like I said, you know, that was just that on that, you know, something quick through the spirit, you know, just let you know that Esau Edom is definitely coming with this, especially when I can, me personally speaking, in my own opinion, once them EMP strikes start hitting, you know, the blackouts start hitting, and the lights start coming back on, that's going to be him trying to, you know, have this already rolled out, you know. But also keep in mind, you fall into the temptation of taking this charagma, it's going to be death from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? So I'm going to close up by saying, call Allah Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. The Lord willing is edifying. Until the next time, I say Shalom.